Good morning, everyone. I'm Leanne. Welcome to the Crafty Cupboard. Today, we're all about celebrating the charm of vintage buttons. We'll carefully select buttons by colour family and stitch them onto cardboard, creating a beautiful display. Okay, so let's start by gathering what we need. We'll need a selection of vintage buttons, some sturdy cardboard, needle and thread, and have a lovely morning or afternoon sorting buttons into their colour families, and that will help us sort of organise them in a really visually appealing display. So here I have my buttons all sorted out into their colour groups. Each group has its own unique charm and character, and they are waiting to be showcased. We'll begin by preparing our cardboard. Cut it into your desired size and shape for the display. When arranging the buttons, take your time to find something that pleases your eye and that highlights the beauty of each button. This arrangement here showcases the subtle variations in the buttons, in their colour and design, and each button has its own space to stand out. So to make a beautiful display, let's mark the points where we're going to stitch the buttons on, and just take our time to make sure the buttons are spaced out nicely and that it's aesthetically pleasing. Let's get stitching. I'm using a strong thread and a sharp needle to secure each button in place, making sure that stitches are tight and even to keep the button nice and secure on the card. As you stitch, enjoy the process and appreciate the craftsmanship of each button. This project's not only creative, but also very meditative. Now, even if you don't end up stitching your buttons on card, please gift yourself some hours to indulge in the sitting and sorting of your buttons. For me, it rekindled the joy of the childhood button tin. There's a particular kind of magic that comes from a childhood spent exploring the treasures of a button tin. Ours was an old tin that once held quality street chocolates, repurposed to house a colourful assortment of buttons in every size, shape and hue. Its beauty, a rainbow of textures and colours, held me utterly enchanted. As a child, I could spend hours with that button tin. I'd carefully take out each button, marvelling at their beauty and uniqueness. I delighted in organising them in countless ways, by colour, by size, by shape, by texture. It was a simple yet profound pleasure and an activity that brought immense joy and peace. The buttons were a delight for my senses. The vibrancy and subtlety of their colours were a feast for the eyes. Each button had a unique weight or lightness, and its texture, smooth or intricately detailed, was a tactile wonder under my fingertips. I loved how their coolness would warm with my touch, creating a connection that felt almost magical. And the sound they made as I ran my fingers through them, a gentle clinking and rustling, was a soothing symphony. Buttons are so enduring. They last so much longer than all our textiles. In this jar, I can see dresses that I made in the 90s, and I've kept the buttons from them. I can remember the tops that had those buttons on them. As buttons last through time, they're tangible links to our past. The hands that once touched these buttons may have passed on, but the buttons remain, bridging our generations. A button tin handed down from mother to daughter and again to the next daughter, from sister to sister, from friend to friend. It's more than just a collection of sewing notions. It's a beautiful bond and a shared legacy that connects us tangibly to those who came before. Now all the buttons are stitched in place. What a beautiful display piece, highlighting the charm of the vintage button collection. They're no longer just sort of lost in a jar. They're here saying, look at me, use me. I love creating multiple pieces with the buttons in their different colour groups and arranging them together. And what fun just to sit down and go through them, contemplating future projects and how we might use them. Thank you so much for joining me on this fun, creative button play today. Showcasing the buttons in their colour groups is a wonderful way to appreciate their beauty and craftsmanship. What inspires you in your crafting journey? I'd love for you to share your stories in the comments below. I hope this project's inspired you to explore your own button collection and create something beautiful with them. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your own button displays in the comments below. Let us know what your favourite buttons are. Until next time, keep stitching with love and joy and finding calm and beauty in every creation. Happy sewing, everyone.